So if you manage any kind of AV or network gear, you know the single biggest headache isn't usually the core tech.
No, not at all.
It's that chaotic mess of power bricks, right? The sprawl of cables just piled up behind a rack. It's a huge operational risk.
It really is. I mean, that disorganized wiring is probably the #1 reason technicians waste so much time. Trying to trace one failed power brick in that mess is a nightmare.
Exactly. So for our deep dive today, we're looking at source material on a really elegant solution. It's a tvONE 1RK system.
Which is distributed by HDTV Supply.
Right. And our mission is basically to understand how this thing works. We've been calling it a professional-grade bento box for your electronics.
That's a great way to put it, because its main job is standardization. It's designed to take all these randomly sized little devices from any manufacturer and turn them into clean, slide-in modules.
It's taking chaos and imposing order.
Exactly, at the physical layer.
And the specific module we're looking at is the tvONE 1RK-4RU-MOD module. It lists for about $125. This is the little enclosure that holds the gear.
And that patent-pending design is all about making the install simple. No more zip ties or weird custom shelves, you just slide it in.
Which brings us to the biggest benefit, I think, the density.
Oh, the density is incredible. The sources highlight this. You can get up to 32 devices in just 4RU. That's only 7 inches of vertical rack space.
32 devices. And if you go up to the bigger 5 or 6RU chassis, you can get, what, 64?
Up to 64, yeah. It's extremely efficient.
Okay, but concentrating that many devices in one small box, that creates 2 immediate problems for me: heat and power. How does this system handle that without all those bricks?
That's where the design is so smart. It centralizes the power. The individual power brick is just, gone.
So no more wall warts.
None. Each slot in the rack provides up to 35 watts of power, and you can select from 7 different voltages.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, everything from 5 volts all the way up to 24 volts. It covers almost any small device. You just set the voltage, plug it in, and you're done.
The impact on serviceability must be huge. A device fails, you're not digging through a web of cables.
Precisely.
Yeah.
You slide the module out, swap the device, and slide it back in. Minutes, not hours.
And the heat issue.
It has an active fan cooling system built in. You can even get optional fan covers that push, I think, up to 225 CFM of airflow. So it's actively protecting the gear and making it last longer.
A system like this needs solid support. Our sources point to HDTV Supply as a key partner.
Yeah, and they seem to have a really interesting support model. Lifetime support across phone, chat, text, you name it.
They also seem to be targeting a specific type of customer.
Right. They offer special discounts for government, schools, military, basically anyone with a .edu, .gov, or .il email address. It tells you they're focused on those big institutional type deployments.
Okay, so let's get to the practical side. The cost. That module is $125, but that's not the whole picture.
No, you need the power chassis to make it work. The standard ONErack power supply is about $630.
And that's where you see who this is for.
Absolutely, because if you need mission-critical uptime, you can get the dual redundant power supply. But that's a jump to $1,750.
So that tells you everything about the value they're placing on uptime. But there's a catch.
A small one. It ships the same day, but the sources are clear. The product is non-cancelable and non-returnable, so you have to be sure.
So the final takeaway for you is that this isn't just about making a rack look tidy. It's an operational strategy.
It is. The organization and clean power directly translate to time saved and longer equipment life. It's an investment that pays for itself.
Absolutely. So we'll leave you with this final thought.
Yeah, when you see that expensive, redundant power supply option, it forces you to think strategically. It raises a question for your next deployment.
Why?
What's the right amount to invest in redundancy when just one single messy point of failure, like a burnt-out, forgotten power brick, could bring your whole operation down?